Okay guys, here's the 2024 Grand Highlander. We officially have a notification on our Toyota app. There is a recall, and even in the app it states that it may not meet federal crash safety standards. So I believe that the stop of production for these cars will happen. How long? I don't know. My point is that Kirk has got somebody on the inside and he's giving them good information. So it is legit. There is a safety recall. If there's a stop on production, I'm not 100% sure, but according to federal law, it looks like they do have to stop at least selling them in order to get this fixed. Now, I'm going to go over the app. I'm going to show all that stuff so you guys can have the legit information, and that way you know I'm not BSing you. Remember, I am not sponsored by Toyota. We own this car. Well, the bank owns this car, all right? My purpose is to make sure that if you're looking to buy one of these and it's the first year of production, you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? I got no problem being the guinea pig. I'm pretty sure Toyota will correct the issue. It's just interesting how they've been having a rash of bad problems. And the more and more I dive into the actual CEO, apparently he had a real problem with Daihatsu and they were fudging numbers with safety. And this was in Japan. So that's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and get into the app and I can show you exactly what it's saying, and Toyota does not have a fix for it yet. So let's look. Okay, here it is. Here's the app on my phone and we're going into it. I got to get past my Toyota Tacoma because that's the default one for me. There's the Grand Highlander. All right, we're plugging in, and I want you to notice in the top right hand corner there it says health with a red dot. That means there is a safety recall. Safety recall, there it is, one active safety recall. The curtain shield airbag on the driver's side may not deploy as intended. All right, the curtain shield airbag on the driver's side may not deploy as intended during certain crashes if the driver's window is rolled down. If this occurs, the vehicle may not meet federal safety standard, increasing the risk of injury during certain crashes. Remedy status. It just says Toyota is currently developing the remedy for this issue. When it comes out, the dealer will replace it free of charge and they will fix it. However, the thing is even there, they're admitting it may not meet the federal safety standards. If that's the case, by law, that means they have to stop selling the vehicle, number one, right? Number two, I don't know if they have to stop production. I don't know. Maybe they produce them, but they just won't ship them. If anybody out there is a Toyota dude, or they know, or if Kirk is out there and he ends up watching my video, what is the ramifications for that? I'm sure Kirk could answer that a hell of a lot better than I can. I just know that don't be bamboozled by dealers right now saying that there's a shortage or something like that. No, there's an active open safety recall. So let's go back to the vehicle and check it out. All right, so back to the vehicle. We all knew that the Grand Highlander crash capabilities didn't perform the best out of all the other three-row SUVs out there. We already knew that, but I don't know if it was the government taking its sweet time. You know, I was a federal employee for over 20 years, and I know how the federal government works with its bureaucracy. I don't know if numbers were fudged. I don't know if safety reports were fudged, but now all of a sudden they're issuing this recall when these things have been on sale for, I don't know, what, 6 months or so. It just seems like Toyota's getting a really, really bad rash of terrible luck. I mean, you got the Tundras, you got the Grand Highlander now, where the production must stop according to federal law. Well, at least they definitely cannot sell these things. So that's something to think about if you guys are looking for one. You know, you may not be able to find them at dealers for a second here. They may have to pull them into the back of the lot and say, hey, sorry, we can't sell them, because there's no fix for it yet. I assume the fix should be quite simple. I'm assuming where it could be just as simple as that they come in here and then they just replace the airbag with something that works correctly. I don't know. They're saying that if the window's down, that's what causes the issue. I don't know if it's because wind's blowing in here and it can make it blow a different way. But also, when you look at the crash test, you can see that the dummy's head is sliding in between the airbag from the steering wheel and also the side curtain airbag. And I'm sure it has something to do with the force of the impact coming from this direction. All right, until then, we don't know what's going on. Obviously, if I get any news, it says to call the dealer, and guess what if I do? If I call the dealer is going to go, there isn't a fix yet. There's nothing we can do. So until then, we're going to do everything we can to avoid a crash. And in Florida, I've noticed that drivers suck here, so we've got to be extra vigilant. And I know there's actually some pretty funny comments. A guy said, well, I used to drive around and, man, there were no airbags in cars. Yeah, of course. I used to be part of that crew too, all right? Yeah, I'm 43 years old. I drove around in a lot of cars with my dad because he had old classic cars. Some of them didn't even have seatbelts, my man. So my point is this, is that if there are standards, those standards should be met. Toyota has always had a huge, great reputation for making quality vehicles. And it seems like, and I'm getting a couple people posting who actually work for Toyota, that since 2020, everything has changed. And that is pretty interesting because that marks, guess what? COVID. Yeah, COVID. So people just aren't doing their jobs as good as they used to. There's a lot of corporate greed. There's a lot of inflation. There's just a lot of weird things going on right now. The real estate market where I am is absolutely slowing. So it's time to pay attention to these kind of things. Be grateful for the job you have. Do a good job. Do a great job, right? And then set yourself well above your peers in the marketplace. And guess what? If you do that, there's a high probability you're going to get repeat customers and you're going to get awesome word of mouth and people will continue to buy your products. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm just a dude who flies planes, and I was a federal employee. I was a cop for a while, flying airplanes and helicopters, and I'm a combat veteran from the United States Army flying medevac Blackhawks. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not a car maker. I love wrenching on cars, but hey, all I can see is you go to anywhere, even including Starbucks, and sometimes you get attitude from just people who are, they're just not thankful that they actually have a job. I don't know. I'm going to stop ranting about that. But if you guys found this video helpful, if you guys found this video useful, share it. If you have a 2024 Grand Highlander, please throw some comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts because we're guinea pigs, man. I'm in it with you. So it'd be really nice to see if you guys are having any issues. I talked about the parking brake issue that I had in the last video. There's a couple people coming out saying there is parking brake issues. Interesting. And you know, give me a subscription. If you like this kind of content, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. Till the next video, guys, John the Pilot. I'll see you. Come on, Toyota. Let's get it together, boys. I love Toyota. There's my Tacoma. There's a 2018 Avalon. Come on, boys. We love you. Even my neighbor's got a Lexus, and he's also got a Tundra, even though it's not the new generation Tundra. See ya.